we go. Man, this one's going to be, this is going to be an interesting one. By far the most kind of open world of all the campaigns that I've currently run. There's a lot more, kind of freedom. So it'll be interesting to see what you guys do with that.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be too overwhelming for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it's probably going to be like closest to overwhelming for me because, like, I've never had to deal with like this many potential choices, and kind of, you know, but
And you know how we are with making the right choices in our game.
oh my god, yes, that is true. Let me just where? Oh, right, it's on.
Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Hello,
And
everybody.
Heath is there muted.
Yep. Let me.
Hello.
I will set.
Oh, there you go.
Let me set the mood with a little bit of music. So, this is session 0 for the latest in the Free League kind of splat book campaigns. This is, it's called The Lost Worlds from the Building Better Worlds source book. You'll see, it tells an interesting story of colonies that, due to sudden unexpected disaster, became completely cut off from the rest of the Middle Heavens, which is where every other campaign we've run has taken place. And it was actually due to this isolation, this sudden disaster, that the 20 parsec limit was created. In other words, any colonies that were beyond 20 parsecs from Earth were no longer under the protection of any of the corporations or multinational empires from Earth and the Middle Heavens. But now, after 75 years, this mission, the Great Mother Mission, led by the United Nations Interstellar Settlement Corps, has set out to, well, make contact with these long-lost colonies and hopefully bring them back into the fold and possibly even set up some new colonies along the way. But, as with everything in the universe of Alien, it may not be that simple. Maybe it is. Maybe you just have to interact with people and roll a couple dice for manipulation to get them to join you, and you get to set up new colonies and nothing goes wrong. Maybe that's what happens. Or maybe there is a great evil power or something of that sort that is working to potentially end human civilization as you know it. But that's really unlikely. That'll never happen. So I'm sure it's just going to be sunshine and daisies. Now let me...
I'm sure we'll just run into furry, cuddly Ewoks.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
I was about to say, if that sentence was a little bit shorter, it'd be a very, very different RPG.
Well, I have set things up for all of you, and allow me to just open the... because there is some stuff that will happen during Session 0, but first, we're going to decide, because unlike the other campaigns, even the Colonial Marines Operational Manual, you all knew each other because you were assigned to the same unit. We don't have those kind of luxuries of the book already tells you how you know each other, or, you know, the scenario. Now, you guys have to work together to decide how you know each other. So, that is the first thing that we are going to set up. why don't you guys all introduce your characters, both for the audience and for each other? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first, but give me 1 second. I gotta close my door.
Yep, no worries.
Get my character's bio up here and everything.
Yep. And though Dreamer is not with us right now, he will be returning, and he will be here for the first actual session, and he and I will work together to figure out, because once you guys figure out how you know each other, he will likely be part of that group. And I already have some plans for a little bit of interaction that he will get prior to session 1, because the other thing we're going to do is figure out where you guys are going to go. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
How well are we, like, supposed to know each other?
That's up to you. It all depends on how you guys feel will be best for, or most fun, or most funny. I am leaving this up to you because you're the ones who are going to be telling the story. I'm just the one who's giving you the story points. It's up to you to piece them together and forge the narrative.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So, it could be anything from you guys grew up together to you guys just happen to have the right set of skills that you all would be perfect as a group to be, you know, part of the crew for the Solonetsky.
Could we all have met at a shirtless beach volleyball match?
That's entirely possible.
In a Top Gun style montage?
That is entirely possible, and I will allow it. If everybody
so
agrees.
long as that involves alligators and airboats, I'm in.
Okay. What about you, Heath?
I just realized I'm on push to talk, so I said hi earlier. Nobody
worries.
can hear me.
No worries.
I'm just joking about that. We can come up with something more.
No, that actually kind of works with my character.
Okay, let's get just a little bit of detail, just so I have an idea for how your characters might interact with each other. Because the other thing that we're going to decide today, privately of course, is once you guys have had a chance to do a little bit of roleplay and interaction, you'll decide who your buddy and who your rival will be. Now, in a cinematic scenario, these things can change, and you can talk to me at the end, or at like the end of a session, or at the end of a mission, to be like, hey, I feel like my relationship has changed with whoever, and I think they should no longer be my buddy, or no longer be my rival, or anything of the sort. But first, I will let you forge your montage narrative.
Alright. So, I am Amos Ivdik. I was raised on an alligator farm out in the colonies. Grew up tending to the alligators, fixing up all the machines and vehicles on the farm. Until one day, while out in the Everglades, came upon some big shiny rocks. After taking them back into town, figured out that they were worth quite a bit. So I decided that rocks were way more interesting and profitable than gators. And I'm slipping into Sanders, my bad. But, so, after figuring out that shiny rocks are worth so much, went to the local tech school to learn a lot more about these rocks, seeing as they'd make me a lot more money. And while I was at said tech school, I met a recruiter for a big corporation who says they need people who can operate any type of heavy machinery, as they were desperate. Seeing as the learning wasn't sticking as well as I had hoped, I decided to join up with the corporations, hoping that they would be able to lead me to anything nice and shiny.
And that has brought you here.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
And that has brought you here.
Yes.
Okay, who wants to go next?
I can do mine.
All right, go ahead.
I'll just start by reading my bio. And I'm not sure about the accent. I'm not 100% on it.
Boston?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Don't worry, I'm from Massachusetts. You won't offend me.
Okay. I was in the USMC CNC, but I didn't see combat. I was a pencil pusher, for fuck's sake. I made just enough to keep my wife and 3 kids comfortable in a decent hab block on the outskirts of Boston. That is, of course, until a tremor caused the damn building to collapse. My wife and my youngest didn't make it, but my 2 older kids survived. With no one else to take them, and no one else to be their guardian, I took a contract with Weyland Yutani. I secured the spots in cryo by agreeing to spearhead a frontier exploration team. I no longer trust Earth as a viable place to live. I know there's a better colony out there where I can raise my kids.
Very nice. Love the accent. I've known people who speak just like that. So, you nailed it.
Awesome.
So you lost your children. Or no,
Yeah,
you lost your family.
Yeah, my wife and my youngest died in the building collapse. Because, Earth's kind of a shittier place. But the other 2 are in cryo. What's the ship's name?
The ship, the mothership that kind of you guys are going to be kind of coming to and from is the Iania, or that's probably not how you pronounce it because it's got a whole bunch of little accents on it.
Yeah,
but,
that's what I was wondering. I was like,
yeah.
I'm not sure what that says.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like I'm not going to try too hard because it's likely in a language that I am unfamiliar with, and I really do not want to, come off the wrong way. So we'll just say Iania for now, and that'll have to do. But the ship that you guys are going to be using is the UNCSS Solovetsky Island, which itself is a Heliades Class J SEV. So basically, just kind of think like the an updated version of the US CSS Prometheus, or the ship from Alien Covenant. It's kind of that very same. It's a non-military vessel. It does not have any weapons, but it does have defensive countermeasures. But it is not a combat-capable vessel. It's there for exploration and science and transport of goods and material.
I remember looking in the book and I was like, that looks exactly like the ship from Prometheus.
Yep, yeah, that's what it's based on. So.
Alright, so you added some things in here. Do you want me to...
You can say as much or as little as you want. It all depends on what you want the rest of your party to know.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I won't say everything right away then.
Okay. So, what do you want the party to know about you at this time?
Well, my character is Cliff Torres. And I was born on a small but thriving agricultural colony right between the UPP and the UA.
Yeah. So in the kind of basically think
The neutral zone.
Yeah, the neutral zone.
Yeah, me and my family all have ancestry back to a tribe that's on Earth, but we're not fully into their religious beliefs and customs. But a lot of the people there were, and they taught me everything I know about tracking animals and surveying the land. And this led me to take on basically a life as kind of like a ranger in a park, like a park warden, like protecting animals and livestock, and basically scouting out the land for people. And using these skills, I eventually joined the UN, and I traveled throughout the neutral zone, fighting off animal poaching and theft.
Very nice.
And also taking rich people on like safaris and surveying missions and keeping them safe.
Perfect.
And when stories broke of the Spinward Colonies, this was my opportunity to basically get out on some new frontiers, and I'm just excited to get out there and discover new lands.
Okay. Now that you all know who each other are, I'll give you a brief summary of Dreamer's character. I will not go fully into it because obviously I want to respect his desire to do so as he wish. But all you really need to know right now is that he is affiliated with the Interstellar Commerce Commission, and he appears to be morally pretty sound. But that's enough about his character. I'll let him explain more when he gets here for session 1. But let's get into how you guys know each other, how you met. Because if you're going to be crewing a ship, together, especially one 75 light years or not 75 light years, it's like 38 parsecs, which is something like 45 light years away from. It's twice as far as any of you have ever been from Earth. But with that said, you would not be crewing a ship this far out from your home with just a bunch of strangers, I would imagine.
So this is interesting because the two of you guys are kind of from colonies. My guy is from Earth. I'm not sure where his Dreamer's from. Does he specify?
I don't think. Let's see. He did not specifically say, but I'll allow him to integrate himself how he sees fit when he's back. But you guys could also have met at the kind of gathering site for the Great Mother mission as they were recruiting. Like, it's all up to you.
Well, let's see. I mean, my character. What's your character's name again, Chris?
Amos Ivdick.
I get it now. But anyway, I think my character and Cliff and Amos might actually kind of have a lot in common. Because you literally worked on an alligator farm, and I'm like a game warden, essentially.
Yeah.
So maybe I was deployed to your colony to help fend off some gator poachers.
Yeah.
And how did that go? How well did you work together, if you worked together at all? Were you butting heads, or did you guys just get along very well?
Well, my character's kind of like probably gonna play him like a kind of like a cowboy, kind of like, you know, he kind of does his own thing to get the job done. And he likes to get out his giant 44 revolver whenever he can.
That's fair. And
What,
so he's
what
very
was your character's name again?
Cliff Torres.
Right.
I'll let you guys decide. I'm not going to make you guys decide your buddies and rivals today.
Yeah.
I just want you to have between now and the first and session 1, we'll decide, because it's going to add a lot of depth. And always remember that at the end of a mission, it can change. You can change it. It's not set in stone. But yeah. How about Heath? How do you how does Marty know Cliff and Amos?
Alright, so I'm thinking, like, if Cliff and Amos have already met, perhaps you guys are already friends, and maybe like I meet you guys at the kind of the recruiting for the Great Mother mission.
Yeah.
Maybe in a volleyball montage.
Yep, there you go.
The Great Mother mission / barbecue / cookout / beach volleyball tournament.
Yeah, they wanted to give you guys a big send-off because...
Yeah, they needed to have a happy send-off.
Yeah.
It's at like a fancy resort.
Yeah, very fancy resort.
Fancy resort on the beach.
I mean, if you think, you know, my character's probably fairly depressed, but he has his 2 kids with him, and he's trying to keep their spirits up because they're about to go in cryo for who knows how long. And so, you know, he's probably off in the corner drinking, watching the kids run around and have fun, play on the beach, and he sees some guys playing volleyball and thinks, you know what the hell, I gotta join in.
Okay, that's great. That's perfect. Now,
and so I stumble onto the beach, play some volleyball, and you guys take me in.
Yep, there you go. Okay. So now we're going to start actually getting into the story, because you guys have been given your mission contracts. That will tell you exactly what the mission is going, and what you will be held responsible for in order to get your salary. If you're found shirking your duties and not meeting the standards of your contract, you forfeit your shares. So make sure you know what's in your contract and what isn't, because if you do something that is not normally covered in your contract, you might be able to argue for a bonus, because that shit wasn't in your contract. You didn't sign up for that shit, but you did it anyways. Not to mention prospecting fines. If you find something valuable, you might just strike it rich out here. But you've also been given a list of colonies that was the last list of colonies and their status as it was prior to the Great Isolation. But now we're going to start with the story. You guys have just gotten onto the UNCSS Solonitsky Island. Your Magellan SEV docked gently with the UNCSS Iania, secured to its docking ring alongside the 3 other SEVs. Umsindisi, Jimata no Kami, and Typhoon. As clamps thunder quietly shut, you send a cheerful farewell message to Iania's captain, Tadesi Kondwani. "See you in 2 years," comes the reply from the ship's android Gaius before you head to the cryo deck. Now allow me to move to the appropriate map. Your ship's daughter flickers her lights and your canopy starts to close. The last thing you see is the distorted image of your ship's working Joes, James and Miss Sophie as you call them, and the last thing you hear is one of them whisper, "Sleep well." 102 weeks and 5 days later, and thousands of Wei-Yu bucks, fun bucks, banked already, this is the way to make a living. Because you earn a quarter of your normal weekly salary in cryosleep. And I've already calculated the amounts for you. But you think this is the way to make a living until hypersickness kicks in, and for the next 20 minutes you wish you were dead. But give it an hour and you are ready for the post-arrival briefing. You and the rest of the crew file quietly through the airlock, and you board back onto the UNCSS Iania, where you eventually take a seat in the spacious mess hall alongside your fellow pioneers. The room buzzes with conversation, 100 voices talking all about the same things. Have we arrived? What's the news from home? The coffee is still shit. Then Governor Kola Abantu stands at the front, and he calls for quiet. First, the good news. We have all arrived on the fringes of the Far Spinward Colonies without a hitch. Home is now more than 30 parsecs behind us. But, talking of home, here's the bad news. The United Americas and the Union of Progressive Peoples are at war. Fighting has broken out across the frontier, and hostilities are ongoing. Furthermore, the world of New Albion has broken away from the 3WE, and while there are no hostilities yet, some fear it may come to blows. But the political stupidities of our governments do not change the situation here. We are a United Nations expedition and have a mission to fulfill for the good of humankind, so leave your petty political rivalries back in the Middle Heavens. And talking of bad news, we have not picked up any signals as we had hoped we might. What this says about the fates of the people out here, we won't know until we explore. But as a precaution, for now we will keep 2 of our SEVs with Iania and send only 2, Typhoon and Solovetsky Island, to reconnoiter the old colonies. Good luck, everyone, and please be careful out there. There's a moment's silence, then pandemonium breaks out right before you. Valentina Berezi of the United Americas leaps to her feet. She points her finger at the UPP general, Nerlin Ozolinsky. "We can never trust you, UPP bastards!" Ozolinsky pulls himself to his impressive height, tense, restrained. Others start to shout, while Colonel Buston and Lina Young-hee of the Three World Empire try to intervene until they fall into an argument over the New Albion Protectorate. Weyland-Yutani Director Kamal Vertui stands still to one side, arms crossed, an onlooker, while Governor Abantu waves his arms in a futile attempt to restore peace. Electro Throop, the freelance search and rescue captain sitting next to you, leans over. Calm and collected, she says, "Didn't think I'd have to rescue people from inside the mothership." What do you do?
Well, this looks like a mess.
The argument seems to be
I wasn't-
escalating.
I wasn't
What?
expecting the shit to hit the fan this fast.
Well, you
And
know, whenever anything hits the fan, it gets real nasty. So why don't we skedaddle out of here?
I want you, one of you, make me an observation roll.
Let me remember how to do that, and I will.
Yeah, the character sheets are new from the last time we played, so they're a little bit different.
Let's see. Roll.
Okay, you get one success. You can pretty clearly tell. Allow me to quiet down that extremely loud music.
Yeah, it's a little loud.
There we go. That's better. You can tell that if nobody intervenes and tries to moderate this discussion, so to speak, that hands are going to start to be thrown.
I've seen these type of situations before. I think we're gonna need to step in before things get more serious.
Okay, can I make a command roll to try and, yell over everyone to shut them up?
Yes. Okay, what do you say?
Hey! Jesus, calm down, guys. Come on.
Okay, and you see the lower ranked UPP and UA members who very much looked like they were ready to kill each other. They start to calm down, or at least show some restraint. Now, Berezi and Ozalinski, as much as you can tell, they're like two feral cats who are fighting over a territory almost.
Okay, I'm yelling at them directly. We got colonies to save here. That's why we're here. We're not here to fight.
And they hear you, and they realize where they are in front of everybody, and they lower the amount of tension, though you can still tell they hate each other. Like, if you gave one of them a knife and the other one turned around, you know they would stab each other in the back. It's at this point that you notice someone has sidled up to you. Let me just grab the... Gaius, the UNCSS's android. He is a... Give me a second. Yeah. He is a Walter model synthetic. He says, "Quite a display, wouldn't you say? I'm not convinced that these missions shouldn't be Android only, if you ask me." He hands you a data disk. Your assignments. I see little point in delaying your departure any further. I'll brief you in detail when you're en route. Now, the disk contains the details that I've already given you through the colony status handout. And you'll notice that 3 of these particular worlds or colonies have been circled with a red pen. So you all should have that those handouts.
All right, guys. Looks like we got a marine outpost. 900,000 people. It's kind of a lot for a colony. We got a small mining colony and a bigger mining colony.
And now keep in mind the census data is from the year, I believe, 2105. So these are pre-isolation numbers. You don't necessarily know whether or not these are the same, as whether those colonies are the same as they were in terms of population.
What year is it now?
It is 2185, if I remember correctly.
Well, these numbers are old, and if people are anything like gators, these are not going to be accurate in any way, shape, or form.
Assuming something didn't happen to them all.
Oh, I mean, like I said, gators. Either you get a whole mess more, or you get a whole mess less.
Now I'm going to add your salaries that you earned in your long voyage here to your inventory.
Well, knowing what we know from before the isolation, it's a dice roll, basically. So, which numbers do you like?
Well, if I was a betting man, my money would be on the one with the least people.
Less people, less problems?
Less people, less problems. Less chance for things to go nuclear, too.
You also
Not a bad
note
idea.
that there are a series of atmospheric processors on the Iania should you ever find an area that you think Terraform would make an excellent colony for one reason or another. But that's a whole another thing that we can talk about later.
I was thinking the opposite. We start with the one that's the most populated, because they might know the most about, I guess, the lay of the land, or...
They could possibly have better infrastructure, as long as they survive this long.
Okay, and you guys...
I don't really mean the lay of the land, but like the lay of the region in space.
Okay.
They might have the most leads on things.
Now I will also allow you to see the map. There we go. Now, this map shows you a map of the Far Spinward Colonies with the known colonies pointed out on this map. You guys are in the KOI 781 system, which does not have any established colonies on it. Though, should you wish to survey or prospect, you can. It's up to you to decide together where you want to go.
Okay, we're pretty close to the 610 system.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay, 610 is definitely the closest. 2650 and 784 are about the same distance from us.
Yeah, I mean, 723, the science outpost, is the closest.
Right.
But
I was thinking about the ones that are circled.
yeah, but the ones that are circled are more interesting. So
Yep. Also, it will
see.
require less time for me to prepare if you choose one of the circled ones.
Oh yeah, no, I would suggest going to one of the circled ones first. Actually, if someone can ping the 784, because I can't.
784. It's in a cluster of stars. Actually, there's a couple of other.
There we go.
Yeah. And you can also travel to completely new star systems. Like, you could say, if you wanted to, you could travel to, like, this star system and survey it if you decided to do so. Yeah. They're all roughly.
I guess 610 is not really, kind of about the same distance.
I think why don't we go towards Dylan?
Okay. Yep, Dylan City. Okay. Does
Yeah, that
everyone
was
agree?
our initial thought.
Yeah, let me see. So that is
It's
3.4 parsecs. 3.4 parsecs, 3.3, and 4 and 4. So you've got Gorham's Colony is 3.3, Dylan City is 3.4, May Outpost is 4. So if you wanted to go the shortest distance, it would be to Gorham's Colony, but the difference between Dylan City and Gorham's Colony is kind of negligible.
I like the Dillon City idea. What do you think, Cliff?
I'm ready for anything.
Dylan City it is.
Alright. You guys get onto the UNCSS Solonetsky, and you set off your mooring from the Iania, and you are about to get on your way. But perhaps first you would like to get to know some of your fellow crew. They're sitting around. Some of them might have things to say to you. For example, Tan Blatchman and Victor Rudolph managed to have. They seem to be talking a lot together.
Who's who?
Let me just make it easier. So, let's see. That's so you know all of their names. You guys have all met. you know that Gaius has returned to the Iania, so you're left with Andy Dudgeon, who is your pilot. He's up at the bridge, just inspecting all the systems, making sure everything is up to snuff.
All right, I want to go talk to Andy.
Okay. Go ahead. Move yourself.
Andy, how's it going? Smooth sailing? How long are we gonna take to get to Dillon City, you think?
Let me just check the speed on these FTL engines. It's about 3.4 parsecs away, and the Solovetsky has a FTL rating of 10, so it'll take about 30 days, 33 days. So
Great. If I hurl, it's nothing against you. I spent most of my time on Earth, so.
oh, don't worry. Cryo-sleep's not easy on anyone. I'm just gonna be setting the numbers, and now I'll be hitting the sack alongside all of you.
So, what you in it for? You know, while you're out here in the colonies.
Well, I've always been interested in those poor colonies left all to fend for themselves for nearly a century, and now we're given the opportunity to bring them back into the fold, and I think it's a noble effort. And when I was given the opportunity to take part, I took it.
That's good, Andy. Yeah, that's good. You know, you're the driver, so put a lot of faith in you.
That faith will not be misplaced. Good to talk to you.
Yep, I'm gonna head back now. Get ready.
Yep, he gives you an approving nod as he messes a little bit with the console. Just you can see he's setting your destination. Now you know that you have a counselor on your crew, Lakota Monroe. You have another prospector, Emily Quintana. You have a Royal Marine from the Three World Empire, Amida Amir. You have a mechanic, Davor Klovens, and then you have an ICC representative, Tan Blatchman, as well as your two working Joes that you semi-affectionately refer to as James and Miss Sophie.
I want to go hassle some people.
All right.
Let me change my mouse back to the cursor.
All right.
So who are these people here? These two?
This is Victor Rudolph, and then the one right there above you is Tan Blatchman. I'll remove Victor just for now because I do not want to roleplay as a PC because I'm not putting words in someone else's mouth. But he seems to have had a good conversation with Tan.
Victor, one of the characters we can play as, I guess.
He is Dreamer's character.
Oh, it's a Dreamer's character. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If you guys lose your character, you're gonna have to come up with an idea for a new one. So always have that in the back of your head. But,
So what's your story?
well, I'm with the ICC. That's been my career for a while now, but I'm here to make sure that that this boat follows the letter of the law and has a clean record. And damn what anybody else on this boat has to say about it. We're following the guidelines. Quarantine. We're notifying of important finds. There's going to be no keeping your finds to yourself here. I will not allow it. So I'm here to make sure things go by the numbers. And anybody who thinks they're gonna sneak some alien crap or some weird, just illegal or controlled substances, trying to make an extra buck on the side, they're gonna have to go through me. And if I see any of you guys trying to sneak anything past me, you will, well, let's just hope it doesn't come to that.
So we got a hall monitor on the crew.
If that's what you want to refer to me as, that's on you. But believe me, I have the best interests of everyone on board in mind, because I've seen way too many horrible things happen when companies like Wayland Yutani decide that that protocol is getting in the way of their bottom line, and people die. Understand that. People die when you do not follow the protocol for quarantine. So that is just one of my roles here. To make sure that any of the company-affiliated types don't try to pull a fast one on us.
Gotcha. Never did trust those companies myself.
Oh, you don't know the half of it, brother. But I hope you don't have to find out. Anyone else want to talk to anybody, or?
Amos is gonna go talk to that other geologist.
Oh yeah,
Who
the
is-
prospector?
Yeah.
Emily Quintana, right here.
Now, Emily, no hard feelings, but do you want to bet who finds the first shiny rock?
I'm betting it'll be me, and you better not try to get in my way. 'Cause,
Well, I will take that bet.
and don't you be holding out on the rest of us either. 'Cause
Oh no, if it's something shiny, I am gonna show it off. Just like I show off this here belt. Amos grabs his pants and gestures down to it. You see this giant silver belt buckle with this immaculate alligator leather.
she looks down at the belt briefly, kind of sighs. You get a feeling that she might be assuming you were trying to show her something else, but she smiles politely. Well, my job is just to prospect and assess the colonies for commercial potential and development, but really I'm just here to strike it rich and hope nobody gets in my way, because, well, they'll not They won't like what happens.
You and me both, sister.
Then we'll get along just fine.
Oh, like two peas in a pod.
She smiles and nods.
What else do we have left?
You have the Counselor, Lakota Monroe. You have the Royal Marine, Hamida Amir, and the other kind of mechanic roughneck guy, Devor Klobins.
Which one's the Royal Marine, I guess?
This one right here.
So I'm assuming you got some kind of survival experience being in the military.
Oh, you better believe it. But that she seems very agitated. Not at you, but she has an air of agitation, like she's biting her tongue, in a sense.
Like she's trying not to go off on somebody else.
Yeah, or confront somebody.
Got a beef with someone else on the crew?
Make me a manipulation roll, but I'll give you a +1. Very nice, and let me, Okay. She sighs and, admits, well, I'm a Royal Marine of the Three World Empire, and, well, that news about the new Albion Protectorate, she spits on the ground. Traitorous scum. Can't believe it. Just the lion, the witch, and the audacity of them bitches. I just, can't wait for the boys back home to stamp those bastards under their boots. She kind of makes she kind of stamps down as if she's stepping on an insect of some sort. And she glares at Lakota when Lakota is not looking.
Might want to set those feelings aside for now.
Well,
They're not going to do us any good when we're out there.
I'm keeping it
Trying to survive off each other.
I'm keeping it under control. But let's just
Make sure it stays that way.
Do you want to make a command roll?
Sure, why not?
Because you also notice that she's well armed. She says, well, whatever it comes to, it comes to. I'm not looking to start a fight, but if one comes to me, I'm gonna finish it. And finish it good. She pulls out a pulse rifle and begins to inspect it. You also notice that strapped to her back is a Wayland ES7 electrostatic shotgun, and strapped to her chest is a considerably sized combat knife.
Say, damn, you're really dressed to kill.
She smirks. She smirks at that. Killing is my job, and I do it well.
And then I'm gonna say, but I like to keep things old-fashioned. And I'm gonna unholster the giant 44 Magnum. What's it called? The Goram 44.
Yep. She'll look at it and she'll give you an approving nod. Not bad for civilian for a civilian, a civvy.
See the game I've taken down with this big thing.
But have you taken down the most dangerous game? You get what she's getting at.
Oh, I've taken out my fair share of poachers.
Aren't they always the most fun?
Scum of the earth. Or of the universe, I should say.
We're kindred spirits, you and I. We both want to get rid of the scum. I like that. You
Fair
get the
enough.
feeling that you've set that relationship off on the right foot.
Yeah, no, I'm not so sure I wanted to. Oh well.
But
There'll be plenty of time.
yeah. Okay. Anybody else you guys want to talk with?
I'd like to talk to the counselor.
Okay, Lakota, she's right here.
Hey, pal, so you're some kind of counselor?
Yep, that's my job. I make sure that everybody's mentally in a safe space. I mean, we're working in close confines. We're 30 parsecs away from home. Tempers are bound to get a little frayed every now and then. It's only fair to make sure that nobody's getting into any shenanigans. I'm also here. I'm able to patch up a couple wounds. I'm pretty good with. I've got a bit of a silver tongue, and Ambassador. I'm very good at talking to people when I need to. You get the feeling that she seems to be a very prideful person. You notice that she has kind of tattoos from her lower lip to her chin.
Well, all those are going to be really helpful. You know, we don't know what we're walking into here. Going on to a strange planet we've never been to before. Colonies that have been lost contact for nearly a century.
Yep, and most of them abandoned by Wayland or the Three World Empire. They're probably not going to be all too fond of, well, they won't know what Wayland-Yutani means, but they see any Three World Empire, they might have a bit of resentment. Not that I blame them. Fuck those guys.
Well, you know, hopefully if we come in good faith, everybody can get along.
I believe that to be possible. But you have a feeling that she is not particularly fond of the Three-World Empire.
You know, if we reestablish contact with these colonies, obviously there might be some resistance to that in itself. They may not want to rejoin. They may be happy being self-sufficient. What do you think we should do when we get there if that happens? You know, you're kind of a diplomat.
I think we'll be able to figure out some sort of compromise. Certainly don't need to give them back to their original founders. It's been long enough. Because, I mean, Wayland Corp, as they knew it, isn't even around anymore, so... And the Three-World Empire is, fracturing and might be on its way out. She seems hopeful. So... we might just be able to work something out that doesn't involve either of those two parties.
Wow, that's all well and good. And off topic, those religious tattoos?
No, these are actually from my. They're a part of my heritage. I am of Maori descent. Maori, or sorry, I genuinely don't know how to properly pronounce that.
Maori.
Yeah, Maori. So, yeah, she seems very proud of her. She says, native Maori, all the way back.
That's good. Yeah. I'm from Earth too, so I respect that.
Yeah. She smirks and says, I can tell, something about your accent. Distinctly Terran.
Good talk.
Okay.
I gotta head in there and say, you know, I got some tribal ancestry too.
Is that so?
And I roll up my sleeve a little bit to show an armband tattoo. Yeah, we moved to the colonies a while ago. My tribe dates back to Earth, though.
Interesting.
We were part of the great Sagandis tribe.
She suppresses a little bit of a laugh when you mention the name.
You just hear Amos back there just rolling around laughing.
They all think I'm making it up, but it's a real tribe, I swear. The Sagandis were a proud people.
A proud and noble race. Yeah, she nods, she seems to believe you, and, she offers you a little snack pack. You're all kind of, you've eaten, but the food was shit. She offers you something to eat. Just a little snack, if you want to look at it. One for the
God damn it, both of these nuts.
Wait. Was that both of these nuts?
Best?
Oh,
You
God,
could have
give
them.
me some of
I'm
those.
allergic. I'm allergic to nuts. I can't have these guys.
Oh, I'm gonna get all these nuts.
The only nuts that
No, they're
we
both
serve
of these.
here.
They're both of these, not all of these.
Yeah, well, you know what they say. Cup 'em in your hands, put 'em in your mouth. Get yourself a taste of both of these nuts. She sings to herself the jingle.
Get yourself a taste
That's finest work.
Yep, it's literally my ringtone. But, yeah. She actually has a... You notice that she actually seems to have a whole stash of them. Perfect for the road. High protein. Don't have to worry about them going bad. Anybody who's anybody loves a mouthful of both of these nuts.
I'll just keep them away from me.
Alright, no nuts in your mouth. She notes. But she offers them all to the rest of you. How allergic to nuts are you, Cliff?
I'd say only if I actually ingest them.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. If you eat them, your genitals swell up.
Yes, exactly.
That's great. I love that. Anybody else? There's still one NPC you haven't talked to on this ship, aside from the two working Joes. This kind of, you know, he's kind of a hard worker. He's like he's a roughneck. His name is Davor Clovens.
Oh, Heath was talking to the person above. Okay.
Yeah, he was talking to
I didn't see
Conan
it
Monroe.
enough.
Amos gonna talk to the
Yeah.
roughneck.
Okay. Hello.
So, Dave. Amos goes in for a high five.
He looks at you and just offers a hand out as a handshake. It's Davor Clovens.
Well, that is a mouthful that I do not want to mess up. Sorry for my terrible pronunciation, Dave. Amos goes down and shakes his hand very politely.
It is alright. I am used to dealing with those not of the people. But this multi-national effort is most interesting. And I hope that us little folk will still be rewarded for our hard work.
Well, I sure hope us big folk are also rewarded, and everyone in between.
A job well done is a job well done. He
Now
says.
that is true.
And you notice that he has a patch on his work overalls. It's a red rectangle with a yellow star in the middle, with a circle that yellow star itself encircled with smaller yellow stars. You know that is the UPP flag. So many Americans mispronounce my last name. They say Clibbins. Whatever that
Could you
means.
repeat?
Talk
Could you
about-
repeat that? I don't know why it was.
So many
kinda cutting
so many people mispronounce my last name. They say Clibbins. Talking about what grass Clibbins, whatever that means. And cranking hog.
Yeah, this guy speaks English, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's just, he's got a strong Russian accent.
That was in character, just kind of butting in.
He kind of, he gives you a little bit of a dirty look. He did not appreciate the,
Hey, no offense, pal. No offense, pal. You know, just we got to be able to communicate.
Well, now, Marty, that was not terribly nice. If you can't understand the man, just say so and listen more closely. I've known some people who speak mighty terribly. I mean, I once had an uncle that only had 2 teeth. And making out what he said was damn hard. Of course, the squirrels always knew what he was saying.
So,
I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah, so he looks to you, Marty, and says, "It looks like I have an ally, or a comrade. It is welcome to have a comrade here on the Solovetsky Island."
You see what I'm saying, Amos? Comrades, you know, not friends, comrades. It's just, you know, it's a little odd.
Well, I mean, that's just code names for camaraderie. Which is fancy talk for being nice to each other.
Alright, I get you. You know, makes sense.
Yeah, you get the feeling that you've got off on the right foot, Amos. You've gotten on the you started on the right foot with Davor. You have a feeling that if you continue to be kind to him, you'll have a positive working relationship. As does Cliff with Hamida. You get that like in the top left of your vision, you get the Davor will remember that. So do you, Marty. But for the opposite reasons.
He doesn't like me now, does he?
He seems to have soured a little bit.
I'm gonna give Davor kind of a hard slap on the shoulder and say, "Yeah, you just gotta warm up to Marty. He likes to act like he's gotta stick up his ass sometimes."
I have met many people in UPP who had stick-up ass. I am sure. Hopefully he gets stick out of his. Because sometimes the stick comes all the way from ass through to mouth.
Okay, good talk.
Yeah. Now,
I'm just gonna walk away.
Yeah, he seems to be neutral to you, but Amos, he seems to have warmed up to you. Cliff, you feel like Hamida has warmed up to you, and Amos, you also got positive vibes from Emily Quintana. And Marty, you got some pretty positive vibes from the pilot, Andy.
Okay.
Okay, so Andy broadcasts over the intercom. There's a surveyed planet in this system if we want to check it out and prospect for resources, but if we're all set to go, I will enter the coordinates into Daughter here, and we will be on our way to Dillon Colony.
I say we get to Dillon.
Okay, everybody agrees.
Yep.
Andy comes back kind of enters the ready room. Coordinates all set and ready to go. Let's all get in our skivvies and get into the cryo before we start getting that neurological distortion. Nobody wants to have somebody going nuts because they didn't get in their cryo before the ship went full speed. So,
Last thing I want. Put me right to sleep.
yep, so everybody getting in their everybody going into their chambers. Okay.
Yeah, it probably doesn't matter as long as we're just in a cryo room, right?
Yep. You sit in the cryo chamber, you're in your skivvies, one of James, the working Joe, with his kind of illuminated blue eyes, says, sleep well. And for some of you, Jane, Miss Sophie comes up and sleep well. Kind of in that uncanny, almost human but not quite voice that is very typical of the Seeks and synthetics. And as soon as the pods close, you are knocked the hell out, and the pods open, and over the comms, we have now arrived in system, which one is it? Sorry, we have now arrived in, system KOI-784, home to KOI-784.01, home of Dylan Colony. Binary system, blue giant and red dwarf stars. Planet position, 1 orbiting the blue giant star of KOI-784. Now I will, this is the information you get from Daughter. Everybody gets up. You guys, 30 days have passed, so 4.5 weeks. You guys should all have your salaries in your individual player contracts. So take a quarter of that and multiply it by 4, and that's how much money you've earned in the time leading up to here. I can also kind of put that down in the time between now and like true session 1. But as you guys are getting up and you feel the kind of pent up gas from cryo sleep starting to come out.
So if it's our pay for 4 weeks, but a quarter of it, then it's just our pay rate.
It's your basically you've got a week of regular pay. The two, Miss Sophie and James are there to greet you. And, Andy heads right up to the captain's console, in the bridge. And then proceeds to sit in the pilot's chair. He seems to be taking in all of the information that, the ship is, reading to him. Tan also goes up to the ICC desk in the main cockpit, you get a video call. Ring-a-ling-ling-ling-ling-ling, ring-a-ling-ling-ling-ling.
Marty here.
It is, you see Gaius, the Walter series android. Dylan Colony, KOI 78401. Established by Eldridge Dylan Sanchez in 2059 to take advantage of planet-wide cavern systems that were ideal for mining operations. Terraforming initially failed, but was successful on a subsequent attempt. In 2100, the population was 90,000, mostly mining interests producing gold, titanium, and hematite. The planet is exceedingly hot and steamy, with daily temperatures reaching 48 degrees Celsius. Mountainous terrain with ravines and thick jungle reportedly suffers from electromagnetic storms and monsoon rains. Gravity is Earth-like. The day is 20 hours long. That is all for Dylan Colony. Remember our mission mandates and your responsibilities. Your colony potential report needs to cover the potential for future mining operations, the status of the atmosphere processor, any scientific research possibilities, and the usual ad hoc opportunities that you may uncover.
Roger that.
And the video feed shuts off.
Well, we made it. Would I be able to go? Would Andy be able to see anything? Can we like check things from orbit, like see?
Yeah, let me.
Just
I'm trying to get you guys onto the appropriate page. Let's see. Yeah. Not sure why it does not want to let me. Oh, you know what? Screw it. I will just. Did that work? Does not look like it did. I don't know what the point of having subfolders for maps are if you cannot. Oh, you know what? Oh, I know what to do. Here we go. So, from orbit, you can see that this planet is, there's mountains, ravines, widespread caverns, and the planet is very, very green. It's got thick jungles, and you can see a large number of hurricane and monsoon-like cloud formations all over the planet. But
Well, I bet this planet's teeming with life.
Yeah, jungles. That's your kind of thing, right?
Jungles, deserts, savannas, you name it.
So long as it doesn't have mosquitoes.
so there is little sign of activity from high orbit, but do you guys want to do a flyby? If so, where do you want to fly by?
Probably fly by the jungle system, see if.
Yeah, we really want to see first if there's anybody to make contact with.
Yeah. So you guys are going to fly over, like, around Dylan Colony itself?
I think so.
Okay, so it reveals a lot. The atmosphere processor is still operating, but the electrical flashes and the plumes of smoke say it's not in the best working order. All around it lies the colony, overgrown and deserted, though a few crumbled ruins still stand against nature's onslaught. The jungle spreads in every direction, broken by imposing rocky plateaus. At least 100 meters high and very nearly sheer, the jungle hasn't claimed these mesas, and most are bare, except for the few near the deserted colony. Taking a closer look, you can see that 6 of the plateaus are connected by rope bridges. On those 6 stand rough buildings and tents, smoke rising from small fires. And then you can see people. A lot of people. Hurrying from their shanty shelters to look up into the sky, and they seem to be pointing and shouting, but you cannot hear what they are saying. You can't tell if they're terrified, shouting threats, or welcoming greetings.
Well, damn, it looks like Dylan's gone native.
Yeah.
I want to be stabbed by no pointed sticks.
Yep. Now, Andy tells you there's only one easy option to land. It's going to be within the overgrown ruins of the old town, a few hundred meters from the occupied plateaus. Unfortunately, there is not enough room to land on one of these occupied plateaus without blowing away the entire flimsy settlement. But hypothetically, we could land on an unoccupied plateau nearby, but that's going to be a stretch. And we would also then have to climb down to reach our...
If we land near the original colony, we can kind of check it out. We need to find some kind of records or something, see what happened.
Alright. So,
Looks like it's been abandoned for a long time, though.
But
we're more likely to have a wild encounter.
As far as pointy sticks, Amos, we got guns, so...
Yeah, and, once, as you fly by, you see that, Hamida Amir, seems, very interested. She says, I'd recommend that I tag along with you all. You never know with, society, like, they may be primitive, and so they may be not receptive to, newcomers. They might be, cannibals, for all we know.
I mean, it looks like they got pointed sticks, and I do not want to get stabbed with one again.
Yeah, so you guys are gonna land, in the overgrown ruins?
Yes.
Okay.
Gives us the best chance to figure out what happened before we can make contact with them.
Okay. Now, let me, Andy is going to, do any of you guys have, I forget, do any of you guys have a specialization in piloting?
I do?
Okay,
well,
do you want to try and land it, or do you want to let Andy do it?
I'll let Andy do it.
Okay, let's see.
But Amos is gonna lean over. Andy, if you fuck this up, you ain't getting to do it again.
I am well aware. He says it kind of like George Costanza when the guy at the photo place says, "Man, you really have lost a lot of hair." So it's gonna be 8 plus 1 minus 1, so 8 or 7. It's gonna be a total of 8 plus 1. That would be 9. So yeah. Okay. So you can tell it's taking every bit of his skill, but he makes a impressive and surprisingly gentle touchdown in the overgrown ruins. But yeah, you've landed, and now you're on the surface.
You feel that, Amos? Smooth landing. You know, you gotta learn to trust Andy. He's a good guy.
Well, I will be damned. Atmo is so much different than out in space. Guess you really do have a lot of skills, Andy. Sorry, sorry for busting your chops earlier. It's just I have seen far too many people who have their heads up their asses and crash into shit.
Oh, I've seen the same, and all is forgiven. So, are you guys willing to? Are you guys gonna let Hamida come with you, or because it's gonna take a command roll to get her to stay behind?
Which one is she again?
She is the
She's
Royal
the Marine.
Yeah.
All right, Hamida. You know, you can come with us, but I'm in charge, okay? I want you to follow what we're doing, you know, don't go rogue, don't rile anybody up.
Understood. Marines, we learn to follow orders. She gives you
right.
a salute.
I'm happy to have the support.
Alright. So, you guys get out of the ship, and you're immediately hit with the just absolutely sweltering heat. Let me actually do a quick... Let's see. It's nearly 120 degrees out, and that's without taking into account the oppressive humidity. Like if you guys stay out in the open too long, you think you're gonna get heat stroke. But
Jesus, this is worse than the time we took the kids to Disney World.
but yeah, how do you guys want to reach the plateaus? You've got you can climb, or you can travel through the jungle.
So there's nothing worth looking at the colony here?
Unfortunately, it's all just kind of overgrown ruins. It appears that anything of value has been moved to the kind of the new area, the new kind of part of the or like that new area that you saw.
Okay, so we're gonna look around, kick some rocks around for a minute, and come to the conclusion that there's nothing to be found in the ruins.
All right, and
yeah, so this place has been abandoned so long. There's nothing here.
Yeah.
So this doesn't really help us figure out what happened, but I guess we're gonna press on.
On to the people with the potentially pointy sticks.
Yeah, so you guys, let me just check something real quick. So, okay, so how do you guys want to get to the actual kind of occupied part of the colony?
I'd say climbing might be more safe.
Yeah, if they're up high, maybe there's a reason.
Yeah, you guys can.
Obviously, there's something out there in the jungle that they had to get away from.
Alright. So, you guys are going to make the approach. So, who wants to start the climb up first?
I think Cliff will take the lead.
Okay. And you guys are on the Dylan colony map, right?
looks
I
like.
see.
I'm big.
You guys are all.
Yeah.
You guys have been transformed into kaiju. Marty big now. But yeah, so you notice the camp is to the east of kind of this main ruined colony. You see signs of humans having been here relatively recently, but you don't know if those are the people who are up in the on the plateaus, or if there's some other population of people on this planet. So, to climb up, it's going to be a mobility roll, and any extra successes you have can be used to give a +1 to somebody else if they need it. So, who wants to start the ascent first?
There, I figured out how to do it.
Yeah, if you just click on your token and kind of use the Alt key, you can shrink yourself down.
You said agility roll to
It's going to be
Mobility.
mobility.
mobility. Okay.
Yeah, and if you have any equipment that you can convince me would help you climb, then I may give you a positive modifier. Okay, you got one success. You're able to make the ascent, but it's a hard push, and under the heat, you definitely it's definitely.
It's tough, guys, but you can make it.
Yep.
Just take it slow and you'll get up.
Okay, who's going next?
Amos went.
Okay, what did you get?
Yeah, I got a success.
Okay, you're able to make it up, but you can feel the swamp ass taking hold.
Oh, this is just like back home. As he's climbing, you see he's shaking his feet every once in a while.
Yeah. So, who's next?
Alright, if they can make it, I can.
Okay, yeah, you
Okay.
make it. I'm gonna say that since he's not here, Victor is able to make the climb. But let's see about Hamida, if she's able to make it all right. Let's see. What equipment does she have? She doesn't have anything that's gonna positively affect. Oh yeah, she makes it no problem. You can tell she's been trained to navigate tough environments like this and deal in kind of extreme conditions. She's barely breaking a sweat. She actually gets up there before any of you, just a few seconds before the first of you.
He's walking up the side of the cliff, just as if gravity is the other direction.
Yeah, she's just. It's very uncanny.
I never knew you were a rock climber.
We learned all sorts of skills in the Marines, and that's just one of them.
Alright, I guess everybody's up then, right?
Yep, that's everybody. Now, so, you guys, make it up to the plateau, and you're greeted by a group of
Where are we on this map?
I'm gonna say, let's see, I'm gonna say that you are you're on the Nabo Plateau. So, as you get up the wall, or up the cliff face, you see a group of 10 people, including 4 people armed with what appear to be... They actually each have a pistol that you guys are familiar with, the M4A3 service pistol, but they also have heavy batons. They approach you cautiously, and warily. Amida sees that they're armed and immediately goes for her pulse rifle.
Alright, calm. Hold up.
She,
Gonna crack a little joke to Amos and say, "Oh, you were wrong. Their sticks ain't sharp."
Okay, well, damn. Amos is gonna take out one fun buck and slide it over.
Okay, so... Yeah, you can, you tell, you kind of tell Hamida to keep her gun down, and, she obeys. But you can tell she's kind of on edge. But...
You can see I'm kind of idly eyeing my pistol as well.
They, who are you and what are you doing here? They ask you. Specifically the guards,
Hey, my name is Marty Burke, and we are here on a mission to contact colonies that have lost contact. It's called the Great Mother Mission, and we're here just to find out how the colony is, what's going on, and if anybody's still out here.
Okay, so you're not with the, the children or the collective. You're not one of them.
Not familiar with them.
Well, it's better that, just count your lucky stars that, you don't know them. But we're always on the lookout, because, they're bad news. But how do we know you're not just pulling a fast one on us? If someone wants to make a manipulation roll or anything like that to kind of try and earn their trust, feel free to do that, or just roleplay it.
I will. I will.
Yeah.
Are we outnumbered?
Yes, there are 10 of them, including 4 guards.
And then I will have a +1.
Okay.
So I can talk their language.
Do you want to push it?
Or not. Yeah, I'll push it.
Okay. Add 1 stress and, or well, you can just click push. There you go. Yep. So.
Perfect.
Yep. Just.
And look at us. We're a collective. We have a geologist. We have a marine. You know, we have game warden. You know, we're here. We cover the whole spectrum of things that you would need for a colony. We're just here trying to prop up the colonies.
Huh. Haven't, never thought I'd see the day. Well, come on. Let's, we'll take you to our, to the leaders of this place, and so they, as you guys start to leave the camp, you see a man from in the refugee side, kind of. He seems to be trying to get your attention and shouting for help. He doesn't appear to be in immediate danger, but
So, what's up with those guys? What's he yelling at us?
oh, we caught him. We caught him out in the jungle. He's we know he's really one of the children, and we can't broker those kinds around here. They've already done enough damage. We don't need any more of their types. He claims that he's escaping them, but they're a bunch of tricksters and cheats. They'll say anything to get their people in, and then they'll stab you right in the fucking back.
With a pointed stick?
Oh, way worse than that.
Oh, it's never a pointed stick.
Okay, so they're going to continue escorting you to the roundhouse right up here. And they take you through kind of a hidden tunnel to get you there. And now that you're at the roundhouse, the one man and 2 women come out of the roundhouse to greet you. The man appears old, but he has kind eyes. The one of the women, she looks just impatient, but you also get a feeling that she seems like she craves violence. And then one of them is Japanese, and you can't really get a good read on her. Welcome to what's left of Dylan Colony.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah. Who do you want to talk to? Because they each seem to want to talk to you.
Let's talk to the man first.
All right. He says, welcome. I am Chief Executive Vidan Semenya. I am of the Waylanders. That's kind of what we call ourselves now. I've been leading here for years. So
So Wayland, so were your family part of the original Wayland contingent that set up this colony?
yeah, we go back all the way, and we even through the isolation, things went to hell. Things went to shit. We've had to deal with the children. We've had to deal with the collective. We've had to deal with the marauders. All of it. But I mean, there's even worse out there in these feral, just in this region of space. It's where are you from? How did you get here?
Well, I'm Terran, but a name you might recognize is Wayland, but it's now Wayland Utani. And
Wow. How the
I'm
hell did that happen? He kind of muses to himself. But
yeah, crazy things, huh? I'm out here to kind of reconnect the colonies. Uh, you know, Wayland Utani has interest in the area, and we're trying to get everybody back on the trade route. Everything back in working order.
well, I will welcome any assistance that you can give to make this my community safer. Now, what do you know of the do you know of the children of the two divines?
Your guys mentioned the children, and I wasn't really sure what was going on. Anything you can tell me that I can help you with, that's why we're here.
Well, they are for lack of a better word, a cult. They're around here. They seem to be led by this person. Well, person isn't quite the right word. There's something not quite right about her. Led by, they call her Mother Michaela. They seem to believe in this their Messiah as the destroying angels. They can be very dangerous, but there have been refugees fleeing that hostile environment, and that's who occupies the refugee camp. But
So not quite right. Was she some kind of android or something?
it's more than that. But I don't really know the details. I don't want to get into rumors. But
We did see, the refugee camp. There was a guy, yelling at us from it. But why do you keep him there?
well,
Is
it's
there a
not
concern with them?
the concern of the other executives is that their refugee status is merely a ploy or a trick. They're trying to gain our trust and live among us so that when the cult returns, they can offer us up for whatever nefarious purposes their leaders may have in mind. But I don't buy any of that. I've seen the fear in their eyes. They're just as much victims of the children as anybody else, and I think they need our help. I've just been, and if you can help me convince the other two execs, if you can help me consider or convince Zuma and Yen to stand down, well then I can assure you that we will peacefully accept reuniting with whatever the hell it is has become of the rest of humanity.
Okay. Before I agree to anything, I think maybe we should talk to some of the refugees and kind of get a gauge for what's going on ourselves as well. Not that I don't trust you, but we have a counselor as well that maybe could come out and have a chat. Maybe we can see, what all's happened to them and why they're fleeing like that.
Okay, and remember, there the other two executives are there as well. They seem to want to talk to you.
All right, we can turn our attention.
Yeah. So when Vidon referred to the darker skinned woman, the one with a kind of braided ponytail as Zuma, and the Japanese looking exec as Yen. So this appears to be Zuma, and this appears to be Yen from at least what he indicated.
Shall we talk to Zuma next?
Sounds good.
Oh, well.
Sure.
Okay.
Hi, Zuma, was it, right?
Yep. Zuma Tabandi, Waylander Chief Executive. Unfortunately, not the one in charge of this place. Maybe if well, you've seen the state of things, the state of our society, as it were. You think it's up to snuff? She seems to be trying to goad an answer out of you, a particular answer.
Well, I've certainly seen the original colony. What happened? What brought you guys up to the mesas?
Poor leadership, if anything. We'd be in a much better state if someone else was in charge. So, with the isolation struggle, organized society collapsed about 40 years ago. A lot of people dispersed in the jungle to fend for themselves. They became feral in order to survive. They're still out there. They are vicious, and they will tear you limb from limb if given the opportunity. But the rest of us, under the last remaining vestiges of the Whaling Corp Authority, us, or rather, some of us, that old fart over there was there, but the others of us were just children then, and we took our parents' place when they went on. But we managed to cling to somewhat civilized ways from the safety of these plateaus, but we're constantly living in fear of the ferals because Don doesn't want to fucking do anything about it. He sees them as... He keeps trying to think that he can make peace with them. He thinks there's still some humanity left in them somewhere. And so, there hasn't been enough done. They're still out there, and this society is still our quote-unquote society. Like, look at you. You have a functioning fucking spacecraft. What do we got? She kind of gestures around. Bunch of beat sticks and old pistols and tents. And on top of that, we've got these sleeper agents that the Don seems to be buying into their song and dance. They got them wrapped around their fingers. Old man is getting too senile for the job, if you ask me.
So, what do you think of them refugees then?
They're a bunch of snakes in the grass. those children, they're all the same. I've seen it before. They'll try to act innocent, try to act all kind, like one of those old religious people who knocked on your door in the evening or in the afternoon. They would they seem all innocent and harmless, but that's just to earn your trust. The moment you have your back turned, wham! They stab you in the back, they drag you to a slab, and they tear your heart out or some other shit. And he's bought it hook, line, and sinker, the old man.
How many incidents have you had with refugees that came back?
Well, we've had more than one encounter with the children, and every time it's ended in well, nothing good.
Well, we're here to reconnect the colony with interplanetary trade. What do you think it would take to get this colony back, in the fold?
New leadership. Get those damn quote-unquote refugees. Send them on their way to hell. But if you're wanting to do that and set this place right, I'll help in any way I can.
All right, well, keep it in mind. We want to talk to your other co-executive here.
All right. So, you're going to speak to Yen?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, I'm Yen Yamada.
Marty Burke. Please make your acquaintance.
It is very nice to meet you as well. I can't do a Japanese accent, so I'm not going to try.
So, what's your take on what's going on?
Well, I think we need new leadership, that's for sure. And I think with powerful allies such as yourselves, I think we can make that happen and get this place back to where it's meant to be.
So, would you say you agree with Zuma on most of her points? The children are taking down the colony, the pharaohs are taking down the colony, and you need new leadership?
I think we need new leadership, but I think the status quo is all right as it is. I do think, I just think we need new leadership. I think Vidon is just, he's old. He's an old man. He's not fit to lead us into the future. What future does he have? 2-3 years before the dementia gets to him?
So
Zuma,
then,
she's just, I mean, neither of them are willing to respect, neither of them give me the respect that I'm wanting. How can you trust them?
so you don't feel as suspicious of the refugees or the children, or
I'm plenty suspicious. They're still children, but I think the most important part is just getting that new leadership before anything else.
and who would your idea of the perfect leader be?
Well, I don't know. Without them, I mean, there's only one original executive that could really take the job.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I think I'd make a good candidate, I guess.
And what about the pharaohs?
They're all the way down at the jungle floor, and with the atmosphere processor sabotage the way it is, the problem will take care of itself in enough time.
The atmosphere processor. What happened to that?
Well, some years ago, well, at least Vidon and our Zuma and my parents, deliberately, they were trying to kill the ferals, but without a fight. They tampered with the atmosphere processor, and now it's releasing low levels of phosgene gas, which is denser than air, so it doesn't get to us up here. But it is very poisonous, and it's been building up along the jungle floor for these past couple decades, just throttling the life from the ferals, one day at a time.
And what about mining productivity? Are you guys able to produce anything?
Well, all of our equipment is, well, kind of fucked, but under the right leadership, I think we could, and the right trade, I think we could bring things back up to pre-isolation levels, even. We just get a few things fixed, we kill off the rest of the ferals, we get that new leadership, and we fix that atmosphere processor up, and get some more machines in here. Maybe you send a couple of the prospective colonists in here to settle, and no problem. It's really just
and
about
what do
that.
you? Sorry, what was that?
It's really just about that change in leadership. Everything else is pretty much set.
And what do you plan to do about the phosphine gas already in the jungle?
It'll dissipate if none is being produced. It naturally breaks down.
Okay, well, you got some good info, so I'm gonna work with my team and figure out what's the best plan of action for us here. And then we kind of walk off to converse amongst ourselves.
Yeah. And,
Well, guys, you heard everything? This place is a mess.
and,
Well, I'll say.
And they really have no control over this situation.
just a note. You guys still haven't figured out how the children got here. How the refugees got here.
Okay.
But you have a feeling if you ask someone, they'd be able to tell you. Because when they saw your ship, you noticed there was a... They seemed to see something familiar to it.
We'll go talk to the Dawn again.
Okay. Hello, what can I do for you? Anything
Quick
I
question.
can do to help? Yes.
You know, the children, the refugees, where are they coming from? How are they, what's...
Well, they're all from the same, they all originated at, the same, they all, there was a ship kind of similar to yours, that, was full of the refugees, but, it crashed just up north of the, ruined colony, well, northeast, and, well, the ones who survived the ferals fled here, and Well, now we basically have them under house arrest as a compromise between me and the more aggressive of my colleagues. But yeah, they arrived in a ship very similar to yours. Looked like similar class. But
What can you tell us about the ship? Do you think, have you scouted it out? Do you think there's anybody still on board?
well, we have not really scouted it out because it's in the ruins. We really we try to avoid going down there if we can, but I imagine it might have some important answers.
And is that the last contact with the children? Their crashed ship, or do they come
That
by
is
and try to?
that's the most recent we've seen from them. Just these refugees, but
All right, appreciate the details. All right, going back off to talk with the group again, the crew again. Okay. Seems like we got two power-hungry individuals.
And an old guy on his way out.
he looks plenty healthy to you. But so you don't know if maybe they were the other two were exaggerating just to try and get you more on their side, but
It's kind of meant politically. It seems like
Oh, yeah.
there's something's gonna happen soon.
Yep.
I'm not sure what the balance is here, but
Well, personally, I don't like the idea of killing anybody someone calls a savage.
Well, damn near half
Or a
my
feral.
kin could be called savages. If you, the way those two ladies were acting.
now
Now,
at this, someone make me an observation roll.
I can do it again.
Okay, give me just a second.
That's 2 successes.
Okay, and let me just So you see that on the neighboring plateau there is a just a worker who seems to be minding his own business, but kind of close to the edge. And then you see someone climbing up the side. The humanoid figure is moving with the graceful intent of a tiger on their hunt. Their eyes sharp and the reflexes at the ready. Closer look, you see that their teeth are blood-stained, and their nails are cracked. The body is scarred, their skin is ripped, but they carry their wounds proudly. The person's nearly naked, just wearing torn rags tied in haphazard knots. But as this person climbs, you notice that they've got a spear and a knife seemingly carved from bone. But you can see a flicker in this person's eyes of recognition. You wonder, humanity? But then they burst into action, and they grab this worker and just bring him down. Just carry him down the plateau, screaming.
Oh shit, you guys see that?
Well, I will be damned. Someone did have a pointy stick.
Pointy stick
I want
and,
that. I want that dollar back.
I fished the damn crumpled dollar back out of my pocket. Alright, take it back, Amos.
Amos pockets the dollar.
he had a pointy stick, and now he has a worker.
You have a feeling you have an idea of what's going to happen to that worker based on
Perhaps an appetite.
Well, that's no good.
Well, what do you guys think?
Well, I'm thinking that we should maybe have a few words with them. They're refugees.
I agree. We have to get their side of the story.
Yeah, I mean, maybe stay a few feet away from the edge. Keep yourself from getting grabbed.
Yeah, keep your wits about you.
Yeah, you see that Hamida has her pulse rifle like shouldered up and is kind of jerking around, looking along the edge of the cliffs. Like, she seems pretty overprotective, but you don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing given what you've seen.
Probably a good idea to have someone keep watch while we're up here.
Let's call back to the ship, too. Let them know to keep the doors locked.
Yeah. Well, why don't you also, when you're radiant now, mention that their gas that they was producing. Try and talk with the counselor and see if that gas has any adverse psychiatric effect. Because I know
Good
swamp
idea.
gas can make people go crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys looking around the enclave, you notice it's surprisingly grand and well maintained. The wooden buildings here are sturdy, better quality furnishings, but you have a feeling if you were to look for the long-dated disk of the colony, it would be here, if you wanted to find it.
I do want to find that.
Okay. So,
How do I go about looking for that?
you might want to ask one of the execs, but
I'm asking the Don, because he's the nicest.
yeah, he just says, well, you all seem the helpful sort, and I feel like I can trust you, but can I trust you to do the right thing and try and help these people?
We're gonna do what we can, you know. It's no good if
If the ones with the
everything's a
pointed
mess
sticks
like
get
that.
everyone.
Yeah, we don't want 26 to get everyone, and nobody wants to go on a killing spree either. So
Yeah, I still believe that there's got to be some humanity in those ferals. I mean, I bet it's some sort of disease that's overtaken them. I still think there's a cure out there. We just haven't found it yet, but it's definitely not worth. It's not worth sacrificing the lives of the rest of us. But yeah, if you are genuinely interested in like helping the refugees and everything, like, he'll believe you. But if you're kind of trying to pull a fast one on him, you're going to need to make a manipulation roll.
I'm in the mind of actually trying to help the refugees.
Okay, so then he will give you the long data disk without really any resistance or anything like that. So I can tell you what do you find if you want to analyze it.
Yep, let's go ahead.
So the first thing you find out is that for nearly 40 years after the isolation, like the onset that caused travel between the Far Spinward Colonies and the Middle Heavens impossible, the Dylan colony continued to function for nearly 40 years, though a lot of people did leave. But unrest and political infighting did start, and the society just fractured in the year 2142. In 2144, the mining operations ceased and the facilities to the northwest of the colony were mothballed, but you find instructions to restart the facility recorded in the long data disk. And then in 2145, civil unrest running riot and collapse of authority and civic control. So that seems to be when the Ferals became the Ferals and the Waylanders kind of migrated up here.
And what year was that?
2145. So about 40 years ago.
Okay, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
So we should radio back to the ship. Tell them to be on the lookout. Ask about the phosphine gas.
Okay, so you're asking who about the phosphine?
Oh, we're gonna ask the counselor if there's any known effects of phosphine gas on psychological.
Well, nothing, because the phosphine gas was, you note that it was started after they had already become feral, but because it was basically them trying to, kind of, like, almost like a purge the system kind of thing, but they'll tell you that, it is a poisonous gas that is, denser than air, so it generally will stay along the floor or close to the ground, but it will not do very nice things to your body.
All right, so maybe we should go talk to the refugee now.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we able to walk freely around the place?
Yes.
I imagine this guy's probably seeing us walk towards him and still trying to flag us down.
Yeah, he's like, over here, over here!
Hey, I saw you trying to get our attention earlier.
Yeah, I'm looking, we need your help.
Okay, I understand that you guys are kind of stuck here in this camp, and
Yeah.
that
Yeah, and you notice that there is
won't let you out.
Yeah, you notice that there is a Waylander guard standing by the kind of the fence that kind of walls off the refugee camp from the rest of the kind of plateau.
So, yeah, you guys are, so, were you on the ship that crashed?
Yeah, yep, yeah, all of us were. He gestures to the other refugees, but
Okay. Um, and how many of you made it here?
there were, there appear to be maybe 6 or 7.
What was your crew on the ship, you know?
There were 20 of us, but it was not the nicest of crashes, not the nicest of landings. So unfortunately, a lot of people perished in the in the landing, in the crash. But
Sorry to hear that. So obviously, you know that the leadership here doesn't trust you.
yeah, they don't trust any of us. They I know some of them want us dead. Just want to just take us over to the shrine and put a bullet in the back of our heads. But I swear on my life, I don't want. I am not working for that cult anymore. I am trying to escape them. I want nothing to do with them anymore, and I don't know how I even got involved with them, but
So how come you guys were running from the cult?
oh, if you'd seen some of the things that I mean, they're crazy. They like it became too much. Like I saw what I've seen the infection that those perfected spread, including the mother. But all I want is to live in peace. But we all are afraid of Michaela, like coming looking for her the loose sheep in her flock, and hell, I would leave this planet if I could, just to escape that mad woman and the rest of that cult. But
Infection? Wait, was people getting sick?
it's
Yeah, is this biological terrorism?
I would say it's I mean, I am I was never a high up member, so I don't really know all that much. All I know is that these things want to make more like them, and they're using some sort of agent to do it. They work with they have these things. They call them they worship the destroying angels, as they call them. But I've never seen one. But I do know that the weird egg that was that we were put in charge of on our on the ship had, I know it has something to do with that.
Egg. Cliff. You know, maybe
It looked
something
like an egg, at
biological.
least.
Maybe you're right, something biological.
I wouldn't know, but I will tell you everything I know about the children and that egg. Just in return, if you'll help me and just make sure these Waylanders don't slit my throat in my sleep or execute me, I'll tell you everything you want to know. It may not be everything, but it'll be enough, because forewarned is forearmed.
Okay, so out of context or out of character, when did the ship crash?
The ship crashed relatively recently.
Okay.
Probably
All
within
right,
the last, probably within the last year.
Okay, so we want to trust you. We want to help you, but we gotta have something else to go off of. Because I'm not gonna be able to convince all of the leadership that you guys are who you say you are, that your intentions are good, unless I have something that can show, show your good intentions.
Well, what? Anything. Just what do we need to do?
Is there any proof that you cut off contact with the children, or that you were on the run?
I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm sure you can find something from maybe on the old ship. Like we were all fleeing. As far as I know, that because Mother Michaela was not happy when she heard about that.
All right, what do you two think?
Wondering, you think if we they'll help him find the evidence that they won't what if there's a sudden political coup and something happens to him while we're out? That's what I'm trying to say. Should we take him with us or
I don't
leave
think
him
that,
here?
I don't think that the Waylanders would take kindly to us trying to sneak one of the refugees out, or even if we ask nicely to take him out.
And
But I do believe that they haven't investigated that crash ship, so someone must.
So somebody make me an observation roll.
I got it.
Okay. Well, make sure to add your the stress for
I did.
Okay, let me.
Yep.
Yeah, that's okay. You don't see anything or hear anything. It's everything seems to be hunky dory until you hear a lot of commotion coming from the farm. And you see it's a woman who appears to be a refugee. She's being dragged away by one of the Waylanders, who kind of slowly drags her, kicking and screaming. And the three executives all come out, and the guard kind of kicks the woman in the back of the knee to bring her down. He says, "We caught this one trying to steal goat's milk. They're trying to steal the food from our very mouths." All of them seem to look at Vidon, especially Zuma and Yen. They seem to be. They look at him like predators circling a dying animal. And he hesitates for a moment, but he closes his eyes and sighs and says, well, I don't have much of a choice. I'm sorry. But took Judgment Bluff with both of you. Guard, you were inattentive to your duties. Had you been awake instead of lazing about, you would not have been snuck past as easily. And for you, refugee, we made the rules very clear when we were giving you the fortune of staying out of the jungles, and you have violated those terms. I am truly sorry, but rules are rules. You watch as another couple of guards, one of them dragging the screaming refugee. You notice now that it's a woman, and one of the refugees, a small, maybe like 6-month-old child, is kind of trying to grab at the refugee. The other two guards are dragging that guard who brought the child, or brought the woman up to the executives. They're dragging him. They bring them both over to Judgment Bluff, and first the refugee and then the Waylander are both kicked off the side of the bluff. And if you watch, you will see that they fall about 3 kilometers down to a series of bamboo stakes jutting out from the ground below, and they are both impaled and instantaneously are dead.
You can see all that from 3 kilometers away.
I mean, from 3 kilometers, they're not impaled; they are paced.
Yeah, you can see the you can look over the edge. You can see over the edge. But yeah, they are both dead. And one of the other
that's a lot of
refugees,
26.
Yeah, one of the other refugees picks up the child you notice was alone. And
savages down there, savages up here.
This place is all messed up.
Yeah.
If they want to get back with the rest of the world, they're gonna have to cut this out.
Well, hopefully if they are able to get back with the rest of the world, they won't need to do this crap no more.
Well, either way, we're running out of time to figure this situation out, because people are dying.
Well, we better get into that crashed ship.
Yeah. Hopefully there's still a colony to salvage by the time we get back.
Okay. So you guys are going to kind of scramble down.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. So, as you hit the ground, dense fog begins to form throughout the jungle, reducing visibility to just about 30 feet in front of you. and sound is now very, very muffled. An eerie silence descends, only broken by the occasional scrabble of something in the undergrowth. Everybody take +1 stress level. Everybody got that?
Yep.
Yep.
From the jungle undergrowth, now you hear, like, animalistic war cries and yelps of excitement. But with the fog, you cannot see where... You cannot tell exactly where they're coming from. They don't sound like they're upon you, but they appear to be following you the way that, like, that a predator or, like, a pack of wolves would follow a wounded animal. We are now in stealth mode. So, are you guys...
I guess as the survival expert, Cliff is gonna whisper for everyone to get low and stay close together,
Okay. So
nobody gets lost.
yeah, you notice, actually, as you get low, that, the undergrowth is kind of slightly gray, and, the roots and stems of the trees are a bit brittle. It's very dense and stifling. But
Probably phosphine gas then.
yeah, so but because of your background, I will give you a +1 to observation moving forward. I will allow you to get up to here. You can move up to here, and then make me an observation roll. Okay, so you got 2 successes.
Yep.
Okay. You manage to see the blurs in the undergrowth of these almost starved-looking figures. They seem to be hunting you, but you've spotted them. What do you want to do?
Can't I tell how many of them there are?
There appear to be... Let's see. There appear to be... because you got 2 successes, I will allow you to... There appear to be 4. But you have a feeling they're not planning on attacking all, just dogpiling.
I think I'm going to carefully reach for something off the ground, like a small stick,
Okay, make me mobility.
I'm going to
I'll give you a
toss
plus
it
one.
kind of a different direction.
Okay, I will give you a +1 to a mobility roll. Do you want to push that?
I think I will push that.
Okay. Ooh, roll me panic.
Oh god, that was a terrible idea. I'm trying to find it.
Let me see.
I'm blind.
It should be. Oh, let's see. I am also trying to find it. Just roll me a d6 and add 2. Okay, that's 6. You managed to keep it together for now. But you got 0 successes on your mobility. They see through your illusion. You throw the stick, but in doing so, you kind of stumble on one of the brittle plant roots underneath you, and all of a sudden you see all of their crazed eyes just snap in your direction. Now, everybody, I will, let's see, trying to remember, okay, yeah. Yeah, everybody, draw a card. And, tell me what you got.
I think I accidentally took 2.
Okay. Okay, so Heath, you got, 17, so...
Yep, 17.
Okay.
I guess I got 6.
Okay.
I got 14.
Okay. Turn. $14. And then, I will... Okay. Hamida gets 21. And then,
I was just gonna say, after this encounter, I'm probably gonna have to
Yep, that was the
call it
plan.
quits
I
for
was not
tonight.
I was not about to do a full combat without our our other party member.
Yeah, we gotta fill Dreamer in on a bunch of stuff too.
Yep, exactly. But I did not expect to start the actual one of the actual expeditions, but I was kind of like I had to, because it was like I built the hype, you know. Also, I wanted to start it because I didn't want to wait another week to start it. But all of the ferals will go on the same turn. Deal. Well, I'll draw another card for me. Okay, they are at 16, and then Dreamer will get a deal. Okay, so there we go. That is where we will stop for tonight. You guys have learned a lot. not everything, but if you survive this encounter with these ferals, maybe you'll just figure out what the hell's going on here.
They look like characters from Fallout New Vegas or something.
That's because they are. That's
I
because
knew it.
I just used like Raider art or Raider NPCs from Fallout New Vegas.
That's the Raider Pain Spike armor, I think.
Yep.
Me.
Yeah. I was like, it fits.
That's hilarious.
Neat.
Yeah.
Well, that was a fun re-entry into Aliens.
Oh yeah.
And it's only gonna go up from here. So
It's already so like convoluted. I'm like, all right, I got 3 people I can't trust. I don't believe. And then like this other guy who's supposed to be the bad guy, then I'm like, well, maybe he's right. I don't know.
Yep. Yeah. This one is there's a lot going on here, and it's as difficult as it is for me as a GM to manage it all. It's just that much more rewarding because like it's that much more engaging. It's not straightforward. But
And if we want to see where it leads us with our roleplay stuff too.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
and I look forward to seeing how you deal with the rest of this mission because we haven't even gotten to the main clincher of the mission yet, or the expedition rather. So that's gonna be real fun.
Yeah, I felt like all this was kind of exposition, like setting up, like, all right, what are we supposed to find, and what's it mean?
Yep, the slow burn.
Also, like earlier on the ship with the other crew members, I felt like Marty had to be a dick to someone, and the UPP guy seemed like the perfect target.
That's great. Well,
Yep.
I won't keep you guys, and hopefully we can make next Saturday work, or, well, whenever. But this will be going up on YouTube so that if it's a long time between now and the next time we have a session, you guys can always go back, kind of watch key parts of this just to remind yourself.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Awesome.
that's all. That's all I have for tonight, and I look forward to our next session.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. I'll see you guys next time.
Yep. Good
Night,
night,
everybody.
everybody. And good night, stream. Sorry that I didn't pay attention to chat, but I have a feeling nobody's there, so yeah.